While the damage from Friday's quake is still unfolding, one thing is clear. Japan was ready for this one.
Japanese city are one of the strongest in the world.
6,000 people were killed in the Kobe quake of 1995. That was Japan's wake-up call. The government authorized $500 million to outfit the country with more than 1,000 ground sensors that measure the distance between quake waves. It's designed to trigger alerts on TV, radio, and cell phones seconds before more tremors hit, possibly saving lives.
Japan is the only country that can provide such information on the early warning system.
Japan pours $100 million annually into earthquake research and preparedness.
I think there's no dispute it's the world's best seismic network.
Geographically, Japan is only 4% the size of the U.S., but its annual quake budget is about twice what it is here. Still, one project in the U.S. hopes understanding quakes will lead to early warnings.
The idea is, just like a black box on an airplane, it's not going to keep the airplane from falling out of the sky, but it does provide the aerospace industry and the safety experts to understand why that plane fell out of the sky.
Those instruments were handed out to 1,200 volunteers in California to gather information about what happens when a quake hits.
Earthquake prediction, nobody has reliably done that. It'd be more towards earthquake understanding.
Getting a warning of several seconds is one thing, but what about more than that? During a test at the Lawrence Berkeley lab last year, Ernie Major and his team were able to see specific changes in the ground hours before a small earthquake hit.
Is it possible one day that these types of devices in the ground will lead to an early warning system?
Possibly, who knows, maybe 10, 15 years from now, by understanding the physics of the process and watching it and saying, uh-oh, there's one coming.
But at $5,000 apiece, these are the only instruments in the country right now. By comparison, they're installed all over Japan. That country also regiments drills like these and has enforced new building codes with design innovations that allow skyscrapers to teeter instead of topple. So until scientists here are able to accurately predict earthquakes, they're working to make buildings safer.
Things look different from up here.
At the University of California, Berkeley, this is one of 15 labs in the U.S. testing everything from port stability to how much stress steel beams can handle to what happens inside a building.
Any heavy content of the building, if not secured to the walls of the building, they will tend to be tossed around and
cause injuries or worse.
Exactly.
But without significantly more funding, those types of tests remain in the lab, leaving millions of people vulnerable. It may be a hard lesson learned from the tragic images in Japan, which could have been even worse. Daniel Sieberg, CBS News, New York.